Yes, yes, yes. Oh man, I need to get some blankets. Sleeping. Oh, I can't be sleeping up under out of the covers. Old people neck action. Ah, yeah, I feel a breeze on my neck. Oh yeah, gonna have to rub in some of that what do you call it? Muscle rub. Let me go get some now. I gotta go run out. I gotta make a run today. Let me get some of that muscle rub out of the real quick. Hold on a second. Yeah. Get some of that muscle rub. Where is it? Here. Here we go. What? Brand new tube. Brand new tube. I got an extra tube too. Let me use this one here. It's dark in here. Let me turn this light on and see how it looks. Don't look too much different. I'm gonna empty this one out. Got a brand new tube here and an old tube. Yesterday, everything went pretty good. Running through my piano practice scene. I got a long way to go because I haven't read music in a long time. Just been reading these fake notes. And I brushed up on Moonlight Sonata. I don't want to blow this out. This stuff gets on my lips. I brushed up on Moonlight Sonata and did a couple of reading. Shot through. I went through my fake book again. Beethoven fake book, romantic music. Some Mozart, some Beethoven. But I want to get back into reading sheet music, the whole music, not the fake books. I want to get back into my sight reading. Put a little bit of this on my neck. I got to get ready to run outside in about an hour. I downloaded the Subway app, and come to find out I can get to where I'm going faster half the time if I take the car. The front end of my car is doing a little bit of squeaking. You know what? I should go past and get some power steering fluid. I'm pretty sure it's not it sounds like it doesn't sound like the power steering. It sounds like the ball joints or the tie rods on the front. But I think the good thing about it, I got extra. I ran into a mechanic. Rub the stuff in real good. I ran into a mechanic and right around here. Every time I run into a mechanic, when I call them, this is the first mechanic they called me back. Most of them are so busy that most of the mechanics that I get their phone numbers to, it's a good thing. It's a good sign when a mechanic is so busy that it's an oxymoron thing. He's so busy that he doesn't have time to overwhelmed with his work. I can put another one of these on my steering wheel. I'm thinking about ordering another suicide knob too. I super glued it, but it's on there pretty good. I can replace my own fan belt that I have on there. It's nothing wrong. I think it's getting old. But I replaced one of these myself too. That popped off the front. These are like performance. But I know when I got the car, the guy thought it was a tire rod acting up. I got a couple of ball joints here. I think these are front ball joints. And these things here, these supposed to go in there. Replace those. These like little rubber things. You know. Oh yeah, these go right. I think these go on the are these supposed to go inside the? I know a wire goes through here, but I'm pretty sure I should go past the gas station and get a rough estimate of how much this stuff is going to cost to put on. Or would that be a slap in the face for the mechanic? This stuff got grease on it already. Yeah. I wonder if that'll hurt my bank that much. But I had these two things put on, or just have one put on. But I wonder if he has the right tool to take the ball joint out. Because if you don't have the right tool to take this ball joint out, you have to do some banging. A lot of banging to bang it out. You don't have, but this looks like the whole thing is replaced. Yeah, this is the whole thingy. How much this goes on the end of here like this? But it's definitely squeaking. I'm thinking about rolling past what is that? What's the name of that? AutoZone, and grab a can of power steering fluid and make sure that's not the problem. But I'm pretty sure I can look in there and see how much power steering fluid I have. I usually kind of put more in there, you know, where it says do not overflow. I usually kind of fill it up to the line anyway, because it should, you know, wear down. And plus I need to go past and buy some more antifreeze or the stuff in there to keep your engine cool, because it was leaking a little bit, only because when I took it to one gas station, the guy loosened up something. It wasn't leaking before I went there, and after I went there, all of a sudden it was leaking real bad too. For a long time, it kind of sealed itself a little bit. But I know that guy. I told him, I said, man, it wasn't nothing leaking before I boarded here. And then all of a sudden, you got to be careful. Some of them places, man, they get you. But I was saying that I was really pleased with my work yesterday. I could have pushed myself a little bit harder. I could have practiced a couple of more. I could have sat at the piano about 2 more times before the day was over yesterday. But I think I did pretty good. My virtuoso piano, I didn't do anything. I could have worked on my octaves exercises, or I could have just glanced through them and made them up on my own. But the point is to reading. The good part about these octave exercises is they help you with your reading. So when you start reading regular music, you know, it's so funny. I've been reading music for a long time, and the first notes, the first line and space on the bass clef are the ones that give me the hardest time. For some reason, I get that F before G. I have to be, because you know what? If you learn lines and spaces, don't learn that FACE. Don't learn that a face or every good boy does fine. Don't learn that. Just learn the lines. Learn the name of the line. Learn the name of that line by looking at it. I know what the first line, I know that line is. See, I'm confused now. G. There's the first line. G is that line. Don't be talking about no good boys eat apple dumplings greedy. Just learn that lines, because if you do that, you're going to have to go through that. You're going to have to go through in your mind. Good boys do the apple just to get to the space or a line. If you memorize that first line is a G. That first line is a G. Before you get that ABC, G's. G, the space, F. Before the first line up under there is a F, E. E is that first E, F, G. You can do your ABCs, but if you remember what line it is, you don't have to do your ABCs. You just look at the line and know what that is. You know that that's that name of that line. You know, if you don't know your lines, that's when you have to go your ABCs. You have to find a note that you know and then count up from there. If you just memorize, I'm going to do like yesterday. Yesterday I started on F and G in the bass clef. F and G. I'm going to work on F and G in the bass clef, and also in the treble clef. That high F and G gives me trouble too. The high F and G up on the top of the staff of the C clef. That one, the F and G on the top of the staff of the G clef, and the F and G on the bottom of the staff of the bass clef gives me problems for years. Only because I didn't take my time and spend a day working on that F and G, F and G, F and G, F. Down the bottom is before you get to the line, F, and the next one is the G. I know that leads your line, the first one up under the bass clef that looks like a regular C is an E, and the double one is the C. The 3 one is the A. 3, A, C, E. Hey, if you look at your chords on your, you know, my goal is to be able to read music like I read a newspaper. My grandfather told my grandfather told his son, my father, that you should be able to read music. My father, I think I don't know. My father was raised by a stepfather and his father. He had a father and a stepfather. It's like a soap opera thing. And because I know that when he was living with his father, they used to gamble out in the shed. And my father was playing with the coins, and it fell in a hole, and he got up under there and tried to find that coin with a torch. He lit something, and it caught to the top of he was up under there looking, and the flame went up. He burned down a little shed where they used to gamble at. He said he didn't get no beating either. I guess my grandfather probably ain't had no business out there gambling. That was probably a hiding place from his wife. But the point of that story is to be able to read music, the notes on the staff, as if they are words. They should add up to words. When you look at them, you should be able to see the music. You should be able to see what notes they are. Have your instrument in your head, or just should be able to read this. That's going to be my goal. But be able to see the chords. I can see that F right there. That's a F. That's a C chord. Backwards C and an A on the bottom. That way, you know what? To be able to look at a set of chords and see the fake note on top. Be able to see the chords and write the fake note on top in my head. That's a chord. Broken chord. I can see the fake note. You know, because fake notes, they give you just the melody, and they write the chords on top in the letter name. You know, in jazz, you start learning the songs by the position of the chords in the scale. The 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5 basic blues, C, F, and G basic blues, 1, 4, 5. And then that's in the key of C. And then if you start, you should be able to do all of your numbers. I remember it was a seminar I went to, and a guy went through and he said to play all that through all of the circle of fifths. I know I think I can do 1, 6, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5 in all the circle of fifths. 1, 6. You should be able to do 2 5s. You should be able to find any position. I know I can find my 2s and my 4 or 5. Should be able to find my 6. You should be able to find any position in a scale in a different key. It's just a thing about studying. Music is not that hard. It's only patterns. Once you memorize the patterns, but then again, if you have like a natural flair for playing music, you're gonna sound a little bit better after you get the idea of how music go, because you already was playing without even knowing what you was doing. If you was playing by ear and then all of a sudden started studying, you still know the songs that you play by ear. Now you can go back and look at the songs that you was playing by ear and put a diagram to it, put a blueprint, as you would overlay a blueprint over the songs that you already know. You'll be able to, then once you can understand that song, you should be able to, in theory, change it and play it in any key. Once if you know what patterns you playing, it's not, I always thought that I handicapped myself learning music because I thought it was hard. I moved to another key. I was always scared of that. When I played in a band years ago, I was taking piano lessons. I should be able to transpose. What the thing about it was I shied away from it. Oh, this plant looked like it's doing bad here. Yeah, I think this one, some plants don't do well. And this particular yucca plant doesn't take, I got a snake plant in here with this. I think I need to move this one to another, the yucca plant, is this a yucca plant? Doesn't need a lot of water. And I think this plant here probably need to be in a flower pot by itself. It's kind of, I pinch off plants when I walk past. I think this one need to be in a pot by itself. I like these little small pots, Got a whole bunch of them. One plant though is driving me. I'm overwhelmed with this plant here. I got way too many of them. Oh shoot! Water. I got this one's ready to be planted. I got way too many of these. See, the root is way ready to be transplanted. I spill some water. This one, with these, I always pluck out the piece in the middle, pluck out the piece so it doesn't grow that tall. This one's way already too tall. I need to get over the thing of being ashamed of plucking out the piece and throwing it away, because I need to trim those plants down, and I need to throw away the tops because I'm getting way over. This one's too tall now. See, this is what I mean. I need to pluck this off and throw it away. I know it's life. I know it's life, but some things have to die. There's no good reason for this part to die, but let me get my, I spilled some water. It's just, it's a little bit of life. I can't be that sensitive. I have Buddhist friends, Hindu Buddhist friends, they can't throw away things like this because it's life. They can't kill a bug in the house. They got to take the bug outside. I remember I was in a shelter living with a Buddhist guy. He when he killed a bug, he would say, "Oh, why did I do that?" When he killed a roach, he would say, "Oh, why did I do that?" He couldn't kill anything. He wasn't supposed to. Throwing that in the trash. Life in the trash. Yeah, I did pretty good yesterday practicing. And I think once I get to reading, that takes you to another level past fake books. I really want to get into that Mozart, Beethoven, Brahms, Bach. Some of those songs they use for commercials and movie soundtrack tracks, and Some of them you just hear on the radio. You've probably been hearing them ever since you were small. And when you hear it, you say, oh, I love that song. I love that song. Alfonso, he finally got back to me. We had a gig for a Zoom conference, and for some reason he didn't ever call me back or anything. He just sent me a message. Alfonso, here we go. They called. They couldn't do $100 a piece. We should ask. They couldn't do $100 a piece. We should work on 20 minutes of video anyway. Yeah, up on my roof is perfect, man. Even if the weather's bad, there's a indoor room up there that's pretty big for enough for 3 people not to breathe on each other. I ran through all of my songs. I got plenty of them now. That's so funny. The gig is still on, and he hasn't. I only talked to him 2 times since then. I talked to him once when he told me about it. Then I called him, and then he was on a conference, and he said he'd get back with me. He didn't call me back, but it seems like he hasn't called me at all since this thing since it's a gig and it's still on. He said $100. At first it was $200. It was $500 for a band, and we was gonna split it. And now they're saying they can only do $100. They couldn't do $100 a piece. They can't do $100 a piece. They couldn't do $100 a piece. We should work on 20 minutes of video anyway. 20 minutes, that's no time. That's 7-minute songs. 3 times 21. 3. That's 3 songs. We can do 4 songs. What type of a ladies' organization is it? I know that song, I Will Survive. And Don't Stop Believing is songs for the time. Today's music. He doesn't never answer his I send him messages. He doesn't. This is the second time, or maybe the third time he sent me a message in 2 months, in almost a month, more than a month, really. Well, I'm not complaining. Like, it's nothing, no skin off my nose. If it did make me go back over all of my songs. And let me go ahead and finish my breakfast so I can be ready to go out the door in about a half an hour. Yeah, like I said, I'm pleased with my progress yesterday. If I can just keep up the good work, keep up being diligent in practicing. But like I said, I need to, like, this one's way too tall. See, I shouldn't have never let this one shoot up like this. I should cut the root off. Like, let me show you. Pull this out. And the roots are all tangled. Yeah. What's this? This died. Too much water. Now, see what I do is I will break this off and reroot it because it's way too long for. I just got too many of these plants already. I got way too many of them, but they give off oxygen, don't they? It's always good to have a lot of plants in your house. You get more fresh air. They suck in the bad stuff and give out the good. In come the bad air. Out goes the bad air. In goes the good. Oh, let me get ready to go. I'll see you guys. See, keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward in your endeavors. Oh, and sleep under the cover if you're old. Pull the covers up over your neck so your neck don't get stiff. Now that you can go do some exercises, maybe that'll help. See ya. Peace out. Peace out. Peace and hair grease. Peace and roast beef. Peace and roast grief. Live long and prosper. I'm out.